Hello everyone, this is Owen from Research is Broken. And last weekend, GW finally revealed more info about Red Harvest, and so far I am loving it. Both warbands look awesome, the Dark Oath Savages are badass, and I can't wait to paint and play them. Another thing that draws me about the warband is how awesome they look as barbarians and fighters for my RPG games, and I can't wait to show them for my players because I DM, you see, and can't wait for them when we finally have a real life game. I can't wait to look at them as they are being played as barbarians and fighters in my Pathfinder game. So next we have the Tarantulos Brood, a warband that was advertised as scary and disgusting. But for me, as a former Spider-Man fan, I have to disagree. Yes, they look unsettling, but that is just par for the course of being a cultist, and I want these in my collection. So far, we don't know much about their abilities. These warbands are a big question mark for us, but once GW finally gives some spoilers, I can't wait to read more about these two warbands. Next, I want to talk about the third star on Saturday's reveal, and that is the terrain. I'm very excited about this terrain. Finally, a multi-platform terrain. I want you to think back on the previous terrains that GW had to offer. So we had Storm Vault, Defiled Ruins, Soul Drain Forest, and Corpse Wreck Mausoleum. And aside from Soul Drain Forest, um, most of them you can't really climb up or down. You have to use the core terrains in order for you to have a multi-platform game. And with the release of Catacombs, I was really worried that Warcry was going to stay away from using those jumping around techniques in the game. But when the terrain showed up in last Saturday's preview, I am glad that I have nothing to be afraid of. I just can't wait to see the epic stunts and fails that my group battles will have. And now that there are more scenarios for us to do our acrobatic jumps and tricks, I'm sure there will be more epic fails and epic saves that will be had in our stories. Now that I have gushed over the upcoming project, I'm going to stop just gushing right now because I don't want you to think I'm shilling for GW. No, no, no. I want to have a top-down look at the game, at the Warcry game right now, and where it stands before the upcoming expansion arrives. So first, I want to talk about the warbands. After the release of all the big four faction books, GW has been so far been generous to us. They've been giving us free stats on the new models that have cropped up. So by now, Warcry has already mined what AOS has to offer when it comes to models. And then with Bladeborn around, theoretically, you can play Underworld's models towards the warbands. So right now, I'm hoping that with the two new warbands, well, I really like these new warbands, their looks at least. I hope that for the time being, GW will stop releasing new warbands because I want them to revisit the previous warbands and add new expansions to them. I mean, we already have at least 8 warbands, I think. And from what we know in their lore, these are not just single people. These are cultures. So I'm sure there are new or other more types of fighters that can come from a Cypher Lord or a Splinter Fang or the rest of the warband. So I'm hoping that GW will not just forget about the quote unquote original warbands in the game and will actually expand upon them. So, I also know, of course, that in the real world, there is a current supply chain crisis. And after looking at the new Battle Tome Nurgle, seeing only one new model, and even it's just a recast of an existing unit, I really can understand that GW has a challenge with making perhaps new models right now. So I don't know. Uh, I'm just hoping that perhaps each warband can get two or at least three at most new models to expand on their rooster. So right about now, I consider Red Harvest to be in its Schrodinger phase. So until such time as everything is in this box is spoiled, we really don't know what we can possibly have. So we're hoping it's going to be good, but it can be worse. It could be bad, or worse, it could be meh. So the one thing I think that can make this box great is its game mode. I can't help but compare Red Harvest to to the previous expansion, which was Catacombs. And the one thing that made me go meh with Catacomb was that there really was only one game type, which was the Catacomb game type. No other new maps to be had for it. And I know what you're thinking. You can make your own. You can make your own dungeon and then apply it to the rules of the catacombs. But you know, I want more bang for my buck when I buy those bucks. So I'm hoping that it's just not one game type when we get the Red Harvest. That's gonna make me go, bloop. Yeah, I like this box even more. And then, so I hope there will be new game types. I maybe perhaps uh, since we know that the where we're fighting right now is harvesting area for the Varanite, perhaps there's a way for victims who fall into the Varanite to gain buffs or debuffs instead of just outright killing them, because that is what happened in Catacombs, and we don't want a repeat of it. I can see in the promo picture that there are some twist cards, deployment scenarios, and victory cards in the package. I really hope that those are new cards, or if there are any, reprints, the new cards will outnumber them, because I am planning to get that box the where new twist cards and game cards are, and I would really be pissed if those are the the cards that are in the Red Harvest are just all reprints in total. Okay, speaking of scenarios, I hope that they'll make less shifty win conditions. So what I mean by this is that we have had some scenarios where once you get the scenario, you immediately know that you're fighting an enemy that you can't win, because they'll just run around you and they will win because they have more units that can run to the other side of the map. I hope less of that, because last time I remember we are playing Warcry and I came to punch things. Damn it! So I want to feel like I'm actually fighting in an arena, not not playing Blood Bowl. Well, anyway, these are my thoughts as Red Harvest was getting spoiled. What do you think? Do you think I'm asking for too much about the original Warband expansion being explored? What about the shifty win conditions? Do you think it's okay for more variations? Well, tell me more. Just write, just comment down below what you think. So until next time, see you soon.